Hello, salud. I am the Rasta Witch. Here's where we learn the way of the Yan Sui Rasta, which is to say, my kind of Ital. Please subscribe and begin your own kind of Yan Sui witchcraft. All roads lead to Rome. Home. Hello. So now we are on the Emperor card. And the Emperor card is Roman numeral 5. Kings, potentes, pharaohs, sultans, and czars have all shared in the nature of the emperor throughout history. Some ruled wisely and justly. Others have been authoritarians and tyrants. Let's look at the chart. The Emperor is the first card we have done in the Fool's Journey that is entirely below the abyss. He is the husband of the previous card, the Empress, so is the next number, 5, but is below the abyss. In ancient Egypt, the pharaoh was believed to be the incarnation of Ra, the sun god, making him the theocratic ruler as well. Today, we know he was human. He was below the abyss. Ruled by Aries, the emperor is the ram. And his corresponding Hebrew character is Tzadi. Right there, see, Tzadi. Which is not the sixth character in the Hebrew alphabet, like you would expect, following the Empress with Dalet. Hebrew character Tzadi means fish hooked. See how you can tell that's a fish hook? The emperor is a fisher of men. The Yan Sui believe Jesus, being born on the cusp of Aries and Pisces, is both a fish and a ram. They believe the incarnation is a demigod, that the story of Jesus has been embellished, that he was much more human than conventional teachings say. The emperor is below the abyss, but is the husband to the empress, Mother Nature, the all-mother we call Jah. So instead of saying Amun-Ra, like the pharaohs did in Egypt, we would say Jah Jesus. Let's look at the cards. Okay, so here on my deck I got the Emperor card from the Crow's Magic. It says Overlord Supremacy, Roman numeral 5, and has an Aries logo there, and has an owl. That's the reason I really like this card is because owls, of all the animals, the owl is one of the most mysterious. It's a symbol of wisdom. It's a symbol of the occult. It's the symbol of mystery. It's the symbol of wizardy magic. So then we look at, let's look at the Sephirot deck. So in the Sephirot deck, look, it's got Dalet, the Hebrew character Dalet, instead of the Hebrew character Tzadi. And then look, it has gray is Kokma, number 2, and yellow is Tiferet, number 6. So it has the emperor on the pathway that connects 2 and 6. And you're probably like, what the heck? That's not true. The pathway that connects those is the star card. And that's because it just so happens that I'm not a fan of Aleister Crowley. I actually like Eliphaz Levi a lot better, but But nevertheless, I've read a lot of Aleister Crowley's books, and Aleister Crowley talks about that. It'd be if you're ever like become initiated and become part of like the Masons or the or some kind of cult like that, the Rosicrucians, or they probably would know the mystery of that. Crowley says what they did was the inside the cults they switched the Emperor card and the Star card. They switched those around so that the Emperor card is now where you would think the Star card would be. So the Star card is one of the pathways that cross the abyss. So because this is the first card we've done that's below the abyss. So they would say that it's not. It's the Star card, and then switch the Star card, put the Star card where the Emperor card would be. And so they switched that. But I don't know. I'm not initiated into those places, so I don't really understand that. There's no other pathway like that. Crowley says they did it so that a regular person can't fully grasp and know the truth the same way that an initiate could. But that's the Dalit, which is the same Hebrew character that the Empress was. So I don't know how two cards can have the same Hebrew character, It doesn't really make very much sense, especially considering on the Thoth deck, which is Aleister Crowley's deck, it's got a Tzadi right there. So it's just something so the person that did the Sephiroth deck must be initiated into some cult and understands it and is fluent with that concept, but I am not. So here you can see the Emperor, he's focused right on this orb here that has a spiral times on it, a spiral there, and an Ankh, which is the symbol of light. The incarnation is the life, the light, and so he's of course he's got it must still correspond to Aries because there's still the rams there. If you look at the Thoth deck, we've got the ram goats back here, and we've got a lamb here. I say lamb goats, the ram goats, the ram goat billy goats, and the lamb. The lamb is a thing from the who are the Crusader guys? The Knights of the Templar. And then this red color here is for sulfur. So that's another ceremonial magic thing. And he's got an orb in his hand. So that's an interesting one. I don't know. I don't understand it. It's a mysterious card for sure. The Emperor card represents rulership, and that means taking decisions. Every decision, like a crossroads, has the power to shape destiny, change direction, or alter course. The Emperor represents the power to rule your own life. We cannot avoid decision-making, organizing time, or allocating resources. We are the seed of our own authority. All roads lead to Rome, home. The demigod is exemplar to guide us all. The Emperor will guide you when you need to organize, structure, and administer something in your life. He is particularly useful when you are in any role of leadership, maybe at work. Logical thought processes that serve goal-oriented situations. It may also signify the involvement of a male figure, such as a boss, father, grandfather, or husband. Today in the USA, this is a big thing. At the end of 2024 is the presidential elections. Will we go with an authoritarian or a democratic president? I am thankful we can look to the example of Jah Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie. He teaches us that we can solve our problems of war through the UN, that it is tyrannical for the rich countries like the United States and Israel to take matters into their own hands. It is the job of the UN, international law. If we have an issue, we can put our case before the assembly like Jah did. If we want to put forth our resources and energy toward an issue, like with Hamas, then we can give it to the UN. In the United States of America, we have enough of our own problems to spend so much of it on that stuff. Emperor Haile Selassie is not, like he said, the reincarnation of Jesus. He is the incarnation of Jah. A demigod. He is on the same side of the abyss that we are. He is very down to earth. He is the Lion King. The energy of the Emperor card is one of leadership, order, structure, and stability. He is, Dalit means door. He is a door of perception. We take the body of Jah, put it into the cup of salvation, and grace the cup with the new name, Jah Rastafari. Then we put the fire to it, sipping the smoke from the cup and breathing it out at the nostrils, the breath of the Lord, giving thanks and praises. Him comes in the cloud.